everybody, it's Lisa and welcome to my craft room. I'm here to show you some projects that I've been working on. So I'm going to pull my chair in and we will do a quick video and hopefully you'll be in frame. I know that if I'm in this area we will be in frame. I have been working on these and they are just so cute. I was looking on Amazon, as you do, and I came across some sewing supplies, and I came across a little pin cushion that you put on your wrist, and I thought it was so cute and I ordered it and it was £10. And then when I went back in to check it, I noticed that it was going to take about a month to arrive. And I thought, why am I ordering this? I can make this. So I went back in and tried to cancel it, but unfortunately it was too late. So anyway, the latest obsession then began, and that was making these myself. So this is very similar to the one I saw on Amazon, only I've used lace on the back instead of a frill out of the material that you see here. And the reason for that is I only buy scraps of material. I don't buy huge sections of material. So anyway, aren't they just gorgeous? I've made a whole variety of them. All different materials, all different laces and embroidery threads. And I had some elastic left over from when I used to make bows. I'd given most of this away, but I had a little bit left, so I've had just enough to make all of these. And where will we start? Shall we start with what you will need to make this? I'm hoping you can see this. You will need to cut out 2 circles, which are roughly 4 inches in diameter. This is just under 4 inches. I think it's about 4 7/8. You need 2 of these, and you will need to stitch it right sides together, stitch it around, leave about an inch gap so that you can turn it the right way out. And once you've turned it out, you would then stuff it with toy stuffing and close it over with a fine slip stitch, just as I've done here. So you want it to be nice and plump so that it will sit better if it's plump. And then you would take some embroidery thread and, starting at the back, come through the centre and just sew around segments, pulling it tight as you go so that you get this nice kind of effect here. And the easiest way to do it is to do it in straight lines. So do this section, then this one, and then go here, so sort of like a crisscross, and then go into the centre bits. And fasten that off, tighten it off before adding a button, and then thread the button, thread the embroidery floss through the back, fasten it off, and you will then have this. That's a nice one. And what I do after that is just measure the elastic, put a few little stitches in to fasten it, and attach it to the back. Now this is, you'll see there, it's not very neat because it's not actually very easy to sew into this. And what I also use is Fabri-Tac glue. Put a little bit of Fabri-Tac in before you stick your elastic on, and then a couple of stitches just to hold it in place. So once you've done that, you would look at sewing on some lace, or you don't even need to use lace because it looks quite nice without it. and it's best if you use gathered lace. This is just normal flat lace which I have gathered up. Even gathered lace, you would need to gather it some more just by running a thin stitch, a quick stitch all the way along, a running stitch, and then fasten it off with some hand stitching like that, and then you would sew it in place with some tacking stitches, being careful to pull the elastic through the centre because it is going, you need to put it on your wrist. See, so once you've stitched that in place, it is quite awkward to stitch this, but once you've done that, let's pretend this is stitched. You need to cover it up, finish it off. And what I've done here is, because it's a pin cushion, you want something that will block the pins so that you don't jag right through onto your wrist. So you could cut out a circle from a piece of plastic. In this case, I've used a hard cover from a notebook, like a kind of plastic cover. See there, it was blue. And I just used one of my dies to cut that out. Cut out a piece of felt the same size and put it onto the top, so that'll give you a little bit of padding so that it's nice and comfy on your wrist. And the material you would use to cover it would be contrasting or matching. It would be a little bit bigger than this circle, and run a stitch round it, gather it up, fasten it off. You'll see there it's very rough, but nobody's going to see that. And what I do next is put lots of Fabri-Tac glue onto it, and then press it down, leave it for a little while for the glue to dry, and then run some stitches all the way around into your cushion, and then coming out right at the edge here, all the way around. Maybe do it a couple of times because the stitches will be quite wide apart. Because it's circular, it's quite difficult to stitch it. And then once you've done that and you've fastened it off, so the lace is attached, the circle is attached, you would then go round the edges with your Fabri-Tac glue, any bits that are loose all the way around, squeeze some glue right in there, press it down all the way around so that you know it's really firm and it's not going to move. So you have some stitching, some glue, and it's never going to come apart. And once you've done that, you would then go into any little gaps, any wee gaps that are around this circle here. Just dot some glue, squeeze some glue in there all the way around, press it down firmly and leave it to dry. And then you have these beautiful, beautiful little wrist pin cushions. This one's my favourite. I did make another couple, but I've given them away already. My daughter's got one and my friend's got the other. And aren't they cute? So when you're working away, I would always put it on this side. And I wouldn't put it near my watch. You would take your watch off. But yeah, and then while you're working away, you can put your pins in there. You have this circle on the back to protect you from stabbing yourself. And that is it. So here's some of the ones I've made, and they are so pretty. Nice wee project to work on that you can maybe take with you. I took it to craft group yesterday and started to assemble all the different pieces. And even though I used a sewing machine to sew my 2 circles, you could actually hand stitch it, so you don't need a sewing machine either. And I do have one that this was made slightly differently. This was made with a really large circle, which I ran a running stitch round. It was like a puff flower design. Put the stuffing in, tightened it all up, and used the same method to make it. So there we go, some beautiful little pin cushions, and I'm going to finish off these ones now. So I will say goodbye for now, and I'll see you all soon. Bye.